I've got soul. You've got soul. We've all got soul and we super bad, right? Yeah, that is true, especially according to the Akan people of Ghana. They believe that we all have a soul and that there is a specific way to honor it. And when it's not honored in the right way, a person has big problems. That's what we're going to talk about in this video coming up. Hello, family and friends. This is Nana Kosia from Koramamre, where we highlight and discuss different cultures and traditions from Ghana. According to the Akan, the soul, or the okra, is a spark of odomankoma that every person has. They believe that it is critically important to tend to the soul properly. They even give their soul a bath if it is not doing well. Well, I know you're asking, how is that even possible? Well, be sure to stay tuned to the end to learn how that is done. Now let's dive in. According to Akan worldview, there are three main parts of a person that make them a complete human being. The body. Odomankoma provides the genetic blueprint for the development of the physical form that embodies the soul and spirit. When a person dies, this form is buried in the earth. The soul. Odomankoma manifests itself in every person, residing in and permeating throughout the body as an immortal and eternal life force. This force gives breath, and when a person dies, it returns to Odomankoma. The spirit. Odomankoma gives the vital source of energy that animates and activates the body. This part of a person continues to exist after death and potentially elevates to become an ancestor, depending on how the person lived his or her life. We will discuss the spirit in an upcoming video, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, which will alert you when it is published. Now back to our discussion about the soul. An individual's fate is manifested through the soul. In Akan, the word for fate is inkrabia. Fate is the occurrence of events that are out of a person's control. It is the preordained path of a person's life and is determined by Odomankoma. Inkrabia is unavoidable because it is predestined. Inkrabia is an inseparable part of the soul. Now often, the word inkrabia is used interchangeably with the word shebre, which means destiny. But these words have different meanings. Fate is something that is outside of one's control. However, destiny is formed by choices, associations, and good and bad influences. Every Akan has a soul name, which is called Koradin. The Koradin is specific to the day the person was born on, and this day is referred to as Soul Day or Korada. These names describe the specific personality traits a person has. They also influence their character and behavior, so soul names are very important. In his book titled African Spirituality on Becoming Ancestors, Anthony Ephraim Donkor states, "As we have seen, life is made possible by God, who imbues an individual with an okra, the okra being the very essence of God in human beings and all living things, maintains its immaculate purity throughout the existence of the person or living things. Since the soul is the essence of Otomankoma, it is immortal and cannot be corrupted. It is pure and very sensitive to wrongdoing. Therefore, the behavior of a person can impact the soul favorably or unfavorably. Let me explain. The soul can exist as krapa, which means good soul. The existence of krapa is influenced through good character, good deeds, respect for others, charity, etc. Essentially, this good behavior is honoring Otomankoma, since the soul is Otomankoma. As a result, the life of a person is rewarding, enjoyable, and blessed. In reference to this type of person, the Akan will say, Nekraye Papa, which means her or his soul is good, or the person is lucky or fortunate. When a person commits sin or evil acts, the soul will exist as krabi, which means blackened soul. It also can mean dark soul. Blackened means to defile, defame, or disgrace, and as a result, the person is unlucky and experiences all types of misfortune. This gives new meaning to the saying, God don't like ugly. In this case, the soul is retaliating against the person for the bad character and improper behavior. The person is never really happy or content in life. Now, this can also occur in families and large groups of people, and when it does, they are called okrabifo, which means people with blackened souls. But it doesn't end there. It is not only character and behaviors that can adversely affect the soul, experiences do too. Experiences such as shock, trauma, serious illnesses, sexual or mental or physical or emotional abuse, rape, long-term grief, shame, guilt, prolonged pain, the oppression and or enslavement of a person or group of people, substance abuse, addictions, spiritual attack, self-hatred and denial, and many more can disturb the soul. Also, experiences like these can cause the soul to split or fragment, which is when a part of the soul leaves or flees the body. In other words, a small or large portion of the soul separates from itself. Why is this done? Because the soul, in its state of immaculate purity, does not accept gross offenses. A disturbed soul can also cause a person to be bewildered or in a state of confusion. This is called basa, or that a person's stars are not in correct alignment. If action is not taken to tend to the soul, the basa can lead to negative thinking, suicidal thoughts, and depression. So what do the Akan do to address all of this? Well, remember in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that the Akan bathe their soul when it is not doing well. The process of bathing the soul is called kradrari, which means soul washing or purifying. In his book titled An Essay on African Philosophical Thought, The Akan Conceptual Scheme, Kwame Jeche states, they hold that not only does the body have a causal influence on the soul, but also that the soul has a causal influence on the body. What happens to the soul takes effect or reflects on the condition of the body. Understanding this, the body is cleansed with special herbs that influence the soul positively. In Akan iconography, there is an Adinkra symbol called Adra that speaks to this. Adra is a symbol of a plant that means purity, sanctity, cleanliness, and good fortune, and it is used for soul washing. In addition to soul washing, other rituals are performed by traditional healers and elders that cleanse the disturbed soul, heal trauma, and repair the life of the person. Let me tell you, the concept of the soul is a big deal in Akan culture and tradition. There is so much more to talk about, such as soul groups, people who represent the soul of others. Well, would you like to hear more about that? Let me know in the comments section below. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.